as you can see in the picture here, you see exactly the storytelling happening, right? The man here is talking to the kids, right? And the kids are paying attention at him, right? So this is very natural. This is what we do as human beings. We talk, we just talk, and we enjoy telling stories, in fact, right? And when that happens, we feel surrounded by magic. That's why when we tell stories, right? Usually when we start, we are going to say once upon a time, yeah. And this expression once upon a time is followed by a verb here, and this verb is going to try to take the person to that situation when that situation happened, right? But the feeling you have is that it's something is happening at that moment when this experience happens, right? So using this power, let's say this capacity, this ability that storytelling has, uh, I decided to create something a little bit different in the using the technology to help us here let's say acquire some good results while students are trying to tell their stories. Okay, let's take a look. Well, when we think about storytelling, before we talk about the digital storytelling, let's talk about storytelling. When you talk about storytelling, we are normally we are thinking about this kind of castles, right? uh, Fairy tales and everything that comes from Disney, right? But it's not necessarily that. Storytelling happens all the time, right? While if we find people together, okay, one, two, okay, a group of people, bunch of people, they are going to talk and they are going to share their stories, and this is when storytelling happens, right? So it's a good thing to use as a methodology to improve language skills, all of them, right? The speaking, writing, listening, right? So you can do that all together, okay, while you provoke the students to create a story or to tell their stories. So it's going to improve communication, okay? Let me just open here, right? So it's going to improve communication because this is something natural for humans, right? As soon as we were born, we start developing our language skills, right? It doesn't matter if you don't know how to speak language, the oral language, but your body is going to tell things, right? Only looking at the person you can understand what the person wants just because of the feelings and the appearance, and all the face expressions, right? So that's this ability to transform communication into words is going to happen later on, right? And when we do that, we are going to establish stories. We are going to start talking and we are going to start telling stories. These stories can be something important in some one day in the and it can become a history, and that it's going to be there to be told to other people, right? When you do that, we share literally our experiences, yeah. And if we develop that ability, right, we are going to make people interested in listening, yeah. And people, because this ability is going to provoke emotions. So that's what happens to us when we are watching a movie or when we go to the theater and watch a play. Yeah, you are going to be let's say involved there, right? You're going to feel it as if that was something real, right? Well, and why not use it in the ELT or EFT, whatever, okay, English teaching, okay, area. Let's take a look here. So first of all, telling stories is natural. So storytelling is natural. Yeah, it's a human ability. We can do that. Okay, even if we don't want. While we are together with people, we are influenced by their stories. We are watching their stories. We are living their stories together, right? So it's natural. We do that. And normally, yeah, as a consequence, we are going to develop our speaking and our listening, because we are going to listen to their stories. We are going to listen to people talking, and we are going to try to participate. We are going to try to take part in that. So we are going to develop our speaking somehow. Yeah. And through that, we are going to develop the whole idea of conversation. So the sharing, okay, of our experiences, sharing and caring, because you are interested, you show that you are interested in somebody's story. Yeah. And this is in the classroom. It starts with this, let's say it begins a good let's say ability to start teamwork. We see normally in those classes, okay, in English language teaching, we are usually seeing students working, but on their own, of course, on their pace, but alone usually. And we know that if we put them together, they can share their experiences. They can develop that. Okay, they can go further because they're going to listen to something that probably they wouldn't think of, right? And so it's a good idea if we start thinking about doing that to improve here, right? Teamwork, and using groups in this case can help everybody individually in their group. Well, now we are going to talk about digital storytelling. Digital storytelling can be a teaching approach in this case. Well, we are in this moment, right? We are in a situation that we have to use these tools, right? This technology to find it, right? To meet people and talk to people in distant places, like not necessarily only here, right? That we are looking and talking to people all over the world here. But when you're talking about here teaching classes nowadays in this scenario of COVID, we need this technology to help us do that. So the digital storytelling can be for English learning here, teaching can be a teaching approach. How? Let's take a look here, the steps, right? Step one in this case, right? You are going to provoke your students with an idea. Yeah. So you bring they are in peace. They are waiting for something, and there you go and give them a proposal, a written proposal, talking about a problem or something that they have to survey or where they have to study about. Okay, so they get together, right? Step two. And what are they going to do together? They're going to research on that topic. They're going to explore that problem that you gave them, and they're going to learn a little bit beyond what they first thought. Okay, it's a good idea for you when you give the problem in step one, you let them talk about what they know about that. Okay, and then you put them in group in step two, and they are going to explore that together. Yeah, in the step three, now they're going to develop the writing skills. They are going to put down into words things that they came up with, right? They discovered along this experience of exploring. After that, step four, they're going to prepare a storyboard, a plan. They're going to draw a story there, yeah. according to what you gave them, the title, right, or the proposal, no? The theme. They're going to create a storyboard to draw it, like if you had a comic book, right? So this is gonna be the plan, the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. Yeah? But now they are going to change the story from written to visual, yeah, to images. In step 5, they're going to look for images, and they're going to create the audio and the video. Yeah, let's just make a little bit clear for you. When they were in step between step 1 and 2, I told them that they had to explore that, investigate that, and they had to create a story, yeah, to teach me how about that topic. Yeah, and they would teach me, they would have to teach me using a video with the audio. Yeah, so when did they get to step 5, they have to start building that, yeah, this video, talking, explaining to me what they discovered while they were researching. Yeah, in step 6, they're going to put everything together, images, audio, video, all together. And here they needed to know some apps now to make that happen, right? Because usually they work with videos, but just watching videos, yeah, in a platform, or sometimes they use here in Brazil a lot WhatsApp, and they just record the audio there, but they don't know what to do with that audio. They don't know where the audio goes after you record it. So they have to discover everything that is behind this technology. Well, in steps 7, it's time for sharing, you know, the final thing, the product. Okay, so they have to show us the digital storytelling, and they show it to the whole class. Yeah, and after that, okay, to finish that steps, okay, they're going to have a feedback from the teacher, and they can reflect together, right, about the the final video, no? What happened in the final video here. Yeah, this could be a good idea for you to develop this sequence, right? Of first of all, finding let's say problem and trying to solve this problem using this technology, recording your story, recording the way you found that story, yeah, using video, images, and audio, yeah, puts it all together and then share with the whole group. So you are going, if you go in this order, you are going to develop this writing skills, speaking, right, skills, and at the end, the listening skills. So they will have to listen to all the groups, right, all the things that they prepared, so they can comment on that, right? And here is just for you to see one of the works here that we had. I gave them, I was trying to join the literature using here, and they would have an author and the story of that author, right? And they would have to choose one of the books this author wrote, and they would tell me that story, yeah, recorded, of course, the way we did it there before, right? They would tell us the story about, for example, James Barry, right? And this student chose Peter Pan, and he told us the story here. I just had some shots here so you can see the sequence he prepared, but of course this is a video, and I can't show you now at this moment, right? Well, as I told you in the beginning, I was lying at the beginning, because it doesn't only help students to develop the language skills, but all the competences that we need in the 21st century in education, right? The students, they are going to develop awareness, self-awareness, creativity, uh, let's say, technology, understanding, self-assessment, and lots of other abilities that are needed nowadays to collaboration, of course. There are these abilities that are needed nowadays, so students can perform better in our, let's say, actual in our society, right? This is the idea, right? Well, thank you for all. Thank you. That's all for now. Thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you
And
very
this
much,
is
Ronaldo. I don't think we're going to have time for more questions. I'm just going to ask you one of them, and then, of course, feel free to have a look at the chat box because there are thousands.
okay. I'm sorry.
One of them is, what techniques have you used to help build confidence in students sharing their stories?
The, in fact, because I think I didn't use any techniques for that, but the fact of giving them the challenge provoked them to do it, and they wanted to share. In the beginning, they complained a lot. That is difficult, using technology is difficult and everything. But when it got to the end of the experience, they wanted to show the experience a lot, and it was difficult to not to do that, or to do that just once.